You ask pretty much anyone under the age of 21 to name, describe or point out a rally car. This is more than likely what he'd be thinking of, the Subaru Impreza. Whilst other cars have won more championships and more rallies, this is still the one car which somehow seems to evoke everything. The magic and mastery of rallying over the past 15 years.
The coolest car was the two-door Impreza. Like, I think that's, I think maybe it's the P2000, like big guards, big spoilers, cool-looking car. I think that's got to be it.
It did change the way of modern rallying. When it came out, there was nothing really to compete with it. In the days when Colin was driving it, it was so far in advance of everything else. Iconic car. It's been the same colour. It's got this sort of cult following with the colour. All the team wears the same, people buying the shirts and so on. Fantastic car. It's made us world champion. It made us runner-up in the World Championship 3 times as well. We've got a lot to thank the Impreza for. It is a fantastic car.
Subaru's grassroots were in engineering. From planes to trains to buses. And their automobiles were more likely to be found on the farm than in motorsport.
There was lots of analogies drawn with, you know, Subaru and the farmer's vehicle and everything, but I think the real step started from the 90s onwards, the early 90s, when we started with the legacy. And David Richards heading the team and taking it all forward. The team had a very young culture because we were taking young drivers and we had experienced drivers, but the younger drivers were always pushing and the team was quite young.
In the early 90s, the Japanese manufacturer approached the rally preparation outfit ProDrive to produce a car for both road and rally. After a brief and successful period with the Legacy, 1993 saw the birth of the Impreza, and it almost won its debut event at the hands of Ari Vatanen.
It's been iconic. It's been the whole concept, the boxer engine. Nobody else uses a boxer engine. You know, there's very, very low centre of gravity, the transmission system.
When it did win its first event in Greece the following year, it marked the start of something very special. Let's go back to 1995, and with Carlos Sainz and a young Colin McRae behind the wheel, the Subaru was dominant. Its superiority forcefully demonstrated when it swept the top 3 places on 2 successive rallies, an amazing feat. And especially when you consider they were 2 very different events, the fast sweeping tarmac curves of Spain and the mud, sweat and tears of the RAC rally in the UK.
You know, Colin really was a lot to do with it as well. It really showed the car off for, you know, just how it worked and handled, and it was a great scene to watch on the stage, and his antics. And a lot of the other drivers as well were very good in the car, and we had lots of good strong results. And we seemed to dominate for quite a while. You know, the team was very young and fresh, and it was like a fresh look in the rally. You know.
The Impreza in both Group A and WRC form won 3 consecutive manufacturers' titles in 95, 96 and 97. And gave Colin McRae, Richard Burns, the best in the world, and Peter Solberg their championship crowns. And the best bit about it?
I think it's the fact that you can nearly buy the same car on the street, and like some of my mates have got WRXs, and like it's not such a different car to what I race, so it's pretty cool, and like they're good fun to drive.
Your road car is almost the same, or it's exactly the same layout. You can't buy a four-wheel drive turbocharged Ford Focus, for instance, but I think that's another reason why the Impreza has been so popular and so successful, is that you can actually go in the showroom, buy a blue one with gold wheels, boxer engine, exactly the same layout as the rally car. So probably that's one of the biggest reasons it's been so popular.
The Impreza has become iconic. The blue and yellow paintwork, the huge spoilers, the air vents. And as modern technology takes rally into people's homes in all types of guises, the Impreza will be imprinted on their minds for many years to come.
I think it's quite important that you keep a true identity in the championship. It doesn't confuse people, and it relates directly to that. And obviously, as marketing people think of all these things, but you know, everyone relates when they see blue. They think Subaru. It's just embedded in everyone's minds now.
So we all time try to make a nice design, make a nice car, and keep their design, the same color for many years, and also that makes a big influence on the history of car.
Most children have heard of a Subaru Impreza, and I think with all the games with Colin McRae, PlayStation, all that sort of thing, that really brought it on as well. So everyone relates. If you say rally, they say Subaru Impreza.